Welcome back to the show, everyone. Here to give us more details on their upcoming meeting from the Fit Brain Club, we welcome Mary Grace Carpenter and Dr. Law from Saddleback Memorial. Welcome,
Good morning,
you two.
Bree.
How are you?
We're great, and we're very happy to be here.
Glad to be here.
Wonderful. It's nice to have you back. I know you were here just a couple of weeks ago.
I was here 1 week ago even.
Just 1 week ago.
Yeah.
So I wasn't here. I think Michael performed your interview. You guys talked about delirium, which I think is going to be the focus on your next
For the Fit
meeting
Brain
talk.
Club meeting.
Yep.
10 a.m., April 14th. It's coming up next Monday.
That's coming up quick already, isn't
Yes, and they're always in the Performing Arts Center.
it? Okay.
Clubhouse 3, Gate 3, Clubhouse 3, the second Monday of every month. So everybody is getting used to the drill of marking their calendars.
Perfect.
Because we have wonderful speakers like Dr. David Law and Janine Hooper, the RN who works on his team. And as a club, our aim in getting doctors and people from Saddleback is to educate our club members, basically to be proactive and be hydrated. Because if they're not hydrated when they come in and meet Dr. Law's team in the hospital, then we get into that state that we call delirium. So if we can get them to drink everything from water, milks, anything that will hydrate them all day long, they'll be in a better position when they get to Dr. Law.
So Dr. Law, give us a couple of touch points. What is delirium?
Well, delirium, as we think about it in the hospital, it's a clinical entity that's well defined. Now, people use the word delirium, delirious, I'm deliriously in love, that was a deliriously wonderful concert, but really the statistical manual defines delirium. It is the acute episode of confusion that so many older adults are at risk for. Now, acute, this is cognitive impairment that occurs within hours to days. Now, it's completely different from dementia.
Interesting.
Dementia is cognitive impairment, which is slowly progressive over months and years and years,
Sure,
and is
you see a
not
gradual
reversible.
decline.
The good news about delirium, if it's identified early enough and managed appropriately, it's reversible. The problem is it's very common in the hospital.
Why is that?
It's common because we have vulnerable older adults with a lot of comorbidities, which lead to vulnerabilities. But what the statistics show us that 1 in 4 to 1 in 3 older adults will become confused in the hospital, and it's missed. It's missed much more often than it's picked up, and if it's not managed properly, the outcomes can be devastating.
What are the effects of it?
Well, let me tell you what the features are, as long as we're talking about this.
Sure, yes.
The first thing is acute onset, some kind of cognitive defect within hours to days. That's
It's almost
very
like a switch that's been flipped.
something's off. It's like that. There's something off about grandma, that kind of thing. And it can fluctuate. So a patient can be cognitively intact in the morning, and in the evening can be cognitively impaired, and the next morning can be intact again. So it can fluctuate. So that's one of the problems.
And they're not hydrating.
Well, now, dehydration is certainly one of the factors, but
yes.
only one.
Yeah, that's the one
But
I
your
deal
point,
with them,
your point
yeah.
is well taken.
Thank you.
Now, the second thing, the most important feature of delirium is inattention. Inattention. Whereas maybe the patient was reading the paper in the morning, eating their breakfast, or brushing their teeth, they're just sitting there looking out the window. They're looking at their feet. And when you're talking to that person, they're looking through you.
There's nothing
They don't
there.
understand what you're saying. That's how subtle it can be. And the most frequent ways that the staff become aware of this, a relative comes up and says, something's off with grandpa. Something's off with mom. And you go, well, look at what, they're just sitting there looking out the window. What's the big deal? But that's how subtle the change is. And if it's not picked up and managed appropriately, things happen. Patients stay in the hospital longer. That's what we found out. The patients are a 6-time-fold increased risk of complications. And here's the statistic that shook me. They're 4 times more likely to die in the hospital if it's not picked up.
Wow.
And the other problem is if the delirium resolves and they're discharged, okay, there's still risk of death for 1 year following discharge. And there's risk of fixed cognitive impairment a year down the road. So when I do my lectures to students and physicians, I say, this is a big deal. And the problem is it's poorly recognized, and we have to change that.
So is that why it's I mean, we should all have the documents in order, but our wills and trusts and power of attorney and all of the documentation should be done well before it gets to this point.
Yes. So
Where
last month we had
they're unable to
Annie
do it
Wright
themselves.
here. Oh, that was with Michael maybe. We had Annie Wright from the Mat Lab helping us with the iPhones to get all of our documents on the iPhone. So when we go in, if we know in questions like how many glasses of water, because these friends of mine who are in cognitive decline, I keep getting these histories where they're not hydrating, and then before you know it, if they go on a year like that, then they end up in there with your help.
One of the problems is when people become acutely ill at home, couple 3 days, they don't feel well. They're not taking fluids. They're not taking food. They're dehydrated. They're malnourished. Now here they are in the hospital, and we're starting out already dehydrated and and with weight loss. And a lot of times we're chasing our tails trying to catch up.
And they're not giving liquids because they're doing tests. So now it gets longer.
And we fluid restrict patients.
Yes.
We diurese patients.
Yes.
And the thing that people don't understand, the hospital itself is a drying environment.
Yes.
It's a sealed building. The materials they use are drying materials. And you walk up and down the nurses' stations, every nurse has a water bottle. Everybody has a water bottle that they're drinking 10 or 15 times a day. And I always ask, do our patients do that? No.
Can't even.
So one of our interventions in our HELP program, we didn't mention the HELP program.
The HELP program. It's the Hospital Elder Life Program.
Let's
Dr.
talk about
Law's in
it.
charge of it.
Yeah.
He'll tell you.
Is this
to
part of
make
the
sure
initiative?
patients are hydrated. Now, the HELP program, there are no drugs that prevent delirium. There are no drugs that reverse it. A lot of drugs make it worse.
Yes.
There's only one evidence-based intervention that's been shown to reduce the risk of delirium, and that's the HELP program, which is a volunteer-based program.
And that's an acronym for?
Hospital Elder Life Program. And it's the brainchild of Dr. Sharon Inouye. She developed the HELP program. And our volunteers are trained to provide 6 interventions for our patients, which we can go over now, or we don't have time to.
Sure.
But there's 6 interventions. Number 1, they engage in conversation, just dialogue, memory games, memorabilia, crossword puzzles, coloring, anything to stimulate the brain. The second thing is we want to prevent sensory deprivation. What does that mean? Make sure our patients have glasses and hearing aids. You would be amazed how many times patients come in the hospital without them. And for most elderly patients of my age, you need them to connect yourself to the world. If you don't have them, your reality starts to blur around the edges, and next thing you know, you have a patient who is inattentive, delirium. The third thing is hydration. Absolutely, every time the volunteers are going to see the patient, they say, hey, take a little sip of water, take a little drink of water. Make sure that pitcher is where the patient can reach it. Make sure the container is in a container that they can actually grasp. We think of patients with a little arthritis or a little tremor. They can't manage that.
That's right.
The next thing is mobilization, getting patients out of bed, ambulate in the hallway. Our goal at Saddleback, every patient will ambulate in the hallway 3 times a day, wherever possible. Bed rest is a risk factor for delirium. The next thing, we have a non-pharmacologic sleep protocol. We do not use sleep aids, no Ambien, no Restoril, no Lunesta. That creates delirium. So I have a program where our volunteers help the patient get ready for bed. Night masks to block the light, earplugs, soothing music, a warm drink, We use a little aromatherapy. We have lavender impregnated cloths, to relax them. So that's another thing we use, and it's successful. As easy as that sounds, it actually is successful. And the last thing of the 6, helping the patients with nutrition. The data show that 1/3 of patients our age leave the hospital malnourished. Now, if you ever saw the trays when they're delivered to our patients, these hermetically sealed packets with the cutlery and the condiments and the salt, how are they going to how do you manage that? So really, it's the role of the health volunteers to come in, open up the packets, present the tray, maybe cut the food, maybe even feed the patient. But those are the 6 interventions that have been shown by randomized controlled studies, several randomized controlled studies, that reduce the risk of confusion of delirium by up to 50%. And I got to brag on Saddleback. Saddleback is the only hospital in Orange County that has a HELP program. And we may be the only hospital in Southern California with a HELP program.
Wow.
Just to let you know.
Wow. Well, on that note, sounds like a very important meeting, and I wish you the best of luck on that.
Thank you.
And thank you both so much for being here. Appreciate all the insight and wonderful information you've offered.
Thank you, Bree.
You're watching This Day on Village TV. We'll be back after these messages. Stay with us.